Growing and scaling a business is complex. It can be very scary and lonely trying to navigate it all. It comes down to the community of trusted people you surround yourself with. Let's dive in to the Business is People podcast. Quinn, excited to have you back on today. We're going to do a tear down, which really means we're going to assess a website and give some feedback. And we want to give back to the community and help businesses really make sure that they're aligning themselves with their messaging. Especially this one we're going to do today is a nonprofit. But you are the UX queen, the CEO of Conversion Crimes. So welcome back. Looks like you were just crushing it out there working out. Compounding time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Okay,
roast some pages.
Let me share my screen here. So obviously there's a lot of buzz going on with AIPI hate crimes. And we want to give back to that community, looking at this very popular page here with Asian Americans Advancing Justice page. And we've never seen this page. So this is the first time us looking at this. We're just going to off the cuff, give first impressions, give some recommendations so that hopefully this is something you guys can learn from as you're looking at your own website, but also hopefully this organization can take these free tips from us as well and apply it. All right. Yeah. So the first impression, we call this above the fold, right? You land on the site for the first time on the homepage. What is it that you do? How do you help? My first impression right away is we call this the hero, which is the main image. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fit. Like the words are cut off.
Yeah, right? And it's also like, tell your story, help us track hate. And there's no CTA. Like, where am I supposed to click to do that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is no button here.
So not only is it cut off.
Even if you think this is the button, right? Like it's not the button either right here.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're trying to do there.
Yeah, because if people are compelled, you want to put a button here, so right away it goes. But you want to also check, not just on your desktop, you want to check this format on a tablet and your cell phone, right? Mobile phones, to make sure like the formatting of this hero, this main image and message is fitting all different screens. All right, so let's scroll down a little bit here.
So something that I see that a lot of sites make a mistake with, so there's the email subscription. Stay in the know, join our email list. It's just not really compelling. Stay in the know, it's super generic. So maybe it's like every week we send you whatever, to something. Make it a direct thing that they're going to get for signing up, because people just don't want to stay in the know.
Or be specific, stay in the know, and you can bullet the list like what they're going to get. Like stay in the know about legislation, stay in the know about events that are coming up, stay in the know how you can volunteer, and then join our list. But it's also kind of high up. I think a lot of times people aren't looking to convert yet, so seeing this near the bottom might be better. But the reality too, like how many people are actually looking at their email list? I think a lot of people are almost overwhelmed with their email. So if a business like this, like a lot of other businesses are always trying to get people to sign up for an email, think about the user. Like, are they really going to, consume the content this way? Is there some other way that you can connect with them? Maybe it's text messaging. We're seeing a growth in text messaging. So that way they're not missing it, right? In spam, like they're getting a text message because it's that important to them. So there's a lot of different ways that you can communicate with your followers. That's not just email driven.
Yep.
All right. Standing up to anti-Asian hate. So this is good to the point. What you can do to respond to increase in discrimination against our communities. So I would try to maybe put more content here. Like, again, everything should be skimmable, like bullets, like how are you standing up? What type of things are you doing? What are the actions? So then it gives people more context to link to learn more. All right, then going down here right away, if these are three buckets, these to me means this must be the three most important buckets or services or information that this site is trying to share.
Yeah, but I don't really know what stronger roots means. Equal protection and political power makes sense. It would kind of be cool to have an action there, like build stronger roots, gain equal protection.
Yeah, or embrace your roots or something like that. Yeah, more like an action item title.
Yeah, or build political power. Those are like the three actions that they're trying to do with their agency.
They actually say here in the abstract below, right? And when we do this exercise with headlines, we actually tell people to do it and then do the abstract. But if you flip it, you actually put the bottom up top, it resonates much better. So yeah, this is a lot here, but maybe here it's equal protection for all.
Yeah.
That would work really well here. And then here is, they're saying increase the Asian community in political power, right? So increase your political power.
Hmm.
or increase our political power.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our political power is
We increase
they're
visibility
doing it
for,
together, right?
correct. And again, this is all about togetherness. I think using the word
Hmm.
our everywhere is going to be, and
Hmm.
which they say here, right? We increase visibility of our community. So, you know, increase our roots or stronger roots together,
Hmm.
something like that. Again,
Yep.
just very punchy, just very small little minor things, but it can definitely go a long way. All right. So here looks like this is in the news or just news. All right. So it's news feed
Yeah.
and featured. All right. All right. And then making the case.
Yeah, so this is a lot of text. It's a little bit overwhelming. I think it could shorten. And then it kind of feels like there's a lot of buzzwords here. I feel like I kind of have to be a lawyer to understand some of the text on this website. I kind of wish they would speak a little bit more like a human, like we would, like we're talking right now, have a little bit
Mhm.
of that language and get rid of some of that more corporate-y, lawyery kind of language.
Unless this site is mainly for talking to lawyers, then this probably would resonate, right, from a content standpoint. But I really feel it's someone who's looking for support from lawyers. So again, it could be a mom who wants to help, something happen with their kids, or you're a mom and something happened with your grandparents, right? So they're just normal people. So we want to make sure we speak to them like normal people, right? And
Exactly. That's such a mouthful. We use legal advocacy to influence key civil rights issues that have a significant impact on Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, and immigrant communities. That's so much to say. One thing they could do, just like a quick change, is just putting an enter after that. Support our litigation campaign, donate, because that's actually what the action that they want you to take. But
yeah,
that support our litigation campaign gets so lost in all of that that people, if it's not skimmable and they're not like really grabbed by it, they're just going to move on. And so they miss that donate button, which is actually probably the purpose of the site. They want to
yeah.
get so they can continue their mission and do more.
And then instead of calling it making the case, it could be something else like
Hmm.
support our litigation campaign. We call this the H2 subheading. And then underneath, you can say something in really 2 or 3 lines, the most here. Legal advocacy, we use legal advocacy, or we use our legal expertise, influence key civil rights issues. And then I think it's kind of obvious because you're on the site. You probably don't need to say again Asian American and Pacific Islanders and immigrant communities because you're just being repetitive. So
Yeah.
that will help shorten this to be more like punchy, and not look so daunting. And then the image too, because you're
I
trying
was
to.
just about to talk about this
Oh,
image because that shadow over there gives me anxiety. I feel like somebody's hiding in the corner and they're gonna like jump me. I don't know. When I saw it, it just
you are a sensitive person, Quinn, which is fine. But I think here it's all about human connection and humanizing. So I think having a picture here of people supporting other
Mhm.
people or showing like the advocacy there would be
Mhm.
much better than this kind of stock looking image.
Yeah, because people
Yep.
connect with people. So having
Mhm.
people there, especially with the donate, like I'm not donating to get this
Support.
column, I'm donating to help people. So having a people image there is much better. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say help now, instead
Hmm.
of donate to help now. All right. Impact of differential privacy in the 2020
No idea
census.
what that means.
It sounds like an analytical report. So I guess again, think about your persona. Who's this for and why should they care? So again, if this is the title, you should put again maybe next to it or some context of what's in it for me. What's the takeaway? Why should I look at this report? But again, if this is the title you have to use, that's fine because it's official. But if you can make the titles again speak to more, we always say right in the fifth or sixth grade level, there's a lot of data and research behind it. Like people consume content better. Even very intellectual, technical people prefer to be spoken to or read content that's in that fifth grade level. If you can approach it this way, that would be helpful.
Yeah, and if they do have to keep this title, then it's like they could put like smaller text underneath it that speaks that more human language and clarifies it for everyone else.
Correct, like official title, but then like underneath, really kind of like get to the point with summarizing what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Analysis, advocacy, and litigation.
This seems kind of a lot of content to consume on this page as well.
There's a lot on this
A little
homepage.
bit
Yeah,
overwhelming. Yeah.
it's so again, if I'm trying to find, I need help. How does this help me? I'm sure it does in one way or another, but it just needs to be written or formatted in a way to kind of say, what are these areas for?
Then at the top it said, "Tell us your story," and it's like, well, where? I'm still not seeing it. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
What's your
damn.
immigrants?
This is
So
great. So here we
yeah,
go. I like this section a lot. It's humanizing. You got real photos, good color, and it
actually, I
speaks.
think that could be the header. Actually, I
Uh,
would take that
actually,
section
yeah,
on the header.
this,
That's
you're
exactly
right.
what we're looking for. What's your immigration story? Whether you or your family came to the United States for work, school, or family, your story is part of the fabric of America. Share your story. That is clear. That is humanizing all this stuff that we're talking
Yep.
about. So I think just taking that whole section and using that as a hero is way more compelling because I can see the culture, they're performing, they're coming for school or something. I don't know. I just connect with it
Yeah,
more.
and you got like this one. I
Chinese
might
New Year
again, I might
stuff.
want to zoom out a little bit to show the
Mhm.
dragon a little bit more. But yeah, nailed it here. Great work here. All right, and then we're down to the footer. So we got donate, and then one other thing too is we call it a sticky nav. So see, as I'm scrolling, a sticky nav is a navigation that follows all the way down. So ideally, as you're scrolling down, this will always stay up top, and it could collapse and get a little skinny because it is pretty thick here. You can make it skinnier and collapse it, but then the donate button will always be in the top right.
Yep.
Through analytics, we're seeing that whenever you put a call to action in the top right, it gets the most clicks. So again, if the goal is to donate or support or what you want to say, you should make your navigation be a sticky nav. So let's check out the conversion. The ultimate goal sounds like obviously here is to convert. So let's go to the donation page.
It's not what I expected to see. Oh, there it is. If you scroll down.
All right. I would have thought it would have been like more wider. It looked like it got really very narrow, truncated.
Yeah, and also like we're coming here to donate, so have a title there that says something like that. We just clicked on donate.
Yep, like right here, like we call it
Yeah.
H1 because it's the main heading one. So say thanks for considering to donate to
Hmm.
support, the whatever the cause is. So just again
Yeah.
humanizing it, speaking to people like a human, just as if again if someone's willing to donate, what would you say to them, right? Yeah, I'm willing to donate, and then you would automatically reply like, oh, thank you so much for supporting this cause. We really appreciate it. So like that would be a really nice statement here. Then you go down. We work every day to protect our democracy through advocacy and litigation and to equip Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders to take action across the country. It's a mouthful. Your tax-deductible donation will help us shape a nation that protects the rights of all marginalized communities that are part of the fabric of America.
Whew.
So,
It's a lot to digest.
I mean, it's all the right intentions. I just really
Hmm.
think, again, making it skimmable, maybe making
And
this its
even
own
like,
space, like paragraph down.
yeah, and tax deductible donation is really important as well because the person that's donating is not only getting the benefit of donating to a cause that they believe in, but it also helps them with their taxes. So I think that's something to kind of pull out. And right now it gets lost in that text.
You can make this a different color, so you can highlight this a different color. And if someone does ask questions like, well, how is this tax deductible? If you can provide information, you can make this a hyperlink, a different color. They click on it and a box could pop up that explains how it's tax deductible, or it can go to another page. But again, just providing information and reassurance of how this is benefiting them. All right, so now let's go down to general donations. All right, pretty easy.
It's a lot of options though. They could even have just like general donations, legal advocacy, responding to Asian hate, and then the same dollar amount. So they only had to put the dollar amounts, unless they're trying to choose three different ones. Like they want to donate to all three.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like, am I supposed to donate to each one of these? So maybe like having a statement saying, choose one and either general donations, legal advocacy, or responding to Asian hate. But also, if you can give context, choose one and here's what each of these are representing. Like, where does the money go? What is it doing for these different buckets?
Yeah, that's a good point. On another nonprofit that I was working on, they would say like $50 buys this for the thing, or $100 is going to plant 1,000 trees, or like whatever it is, So people that are donating, they have an idea of what that money is going to help the organization do. So maybe let's click on learn more about litigation to see, or one of those.
Yeah, let's check out this one here. I feel like this might be a
Mhm.
pretty popular one. I mean, they're all important and popular. All right. So this is like background information.
Yeah. So it's not about what I can do. I think when we clicked on that, we want to know what they were going to do.
Yeah, where's
For.
that money going? What are you doing with that money?
So that's like a mismanaged expectation. So when we clicked on that, we thought we were going to learn how the organization was doing that, not how we can take action to do that. It's on the donation page. So
Yeah.
it's things that you can do versus, hey, here's what an organization is doing with this money. It's like webinars.
Yeah, now they just have like events. So this is almost like a resource page, which is
Yeah.
informational, but it's not connecting the dots of learn
Yeah.
more on
Because it
how
says
we're addressing.
how we address anti-Asian hate. It's how we have the programs that they have to address it, but not like how they're using that money to address it.
One other important thing too, Quinn, is when I click this link, right, it opened up another tab.
Hmm.
There's no way for me to go back. I just intuited because we do websites all the time. Like I knew to go back to this tab, but again, someone that might be like, okay, like this is great. Now I want to go donate. Now you lost them. You're making it hard.
Yeah.
So there's friction, there's obstacles to like, where's that page? So I can try to hit back, but I can't.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're like, oh, they might X out of it. But again, if they don't know, you're not making it easy for a user experience, you could lose them. And then they have to click donate again over here, go through the whole cycle if they don't know better to click this tab because it opened up. So what you would probably want to do is when you click this, open up, well, it's going to a page right now. So you want to be able to have this page go back. Or if you want to just have simple information, you can just do a pop-up so they don't leave this page. So when they're done reading it, they X out of that box that pops up and they stay in this because the whole goal is to get them to convert and donate.
Yeah. Pop-up box would be great for that, just to kind of pop it up. But there's also a lot of options. How far does this thing go? Yeah, that's a lot of information to get someone to donate.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of overwhelmed with that. So I'd be like, oh, I just want to quickly donate whatever. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to take me 20 minutes. Like, I don't have time for that right now or whatever. I'm going to go get distracted or what have you. So I actually think doing these in steps. So you're kind of getting someone like, how much do you want to donate? It's like the only question, getting
Mhm.
them to enter that. Then it's like, okay, what bucket do you want your money to go in? Legal advocacy, general, responding to Asian hate. Okay, how are you going to pay for that?
You mean one screen at a time, Quinn? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
like a step. So you're
Yep.
getting one answer and then it's like, okay, next. And then they get the next screen. So you're
Yep.
giving people step by step and you're giving them bite-sized chunks to just make it really simple. And it's one action. Okay, this is how much I'm going to donate. Okay, this is where I want the money to go. Okay, here's my credit card information. Okay, now I want to dedicate it in memory of whatever. But if you have them fill all this out at the same time, it's just people are going to get distracted. They're going to do whatever. And if you get them to take that first action, which is, I want to donate money, and then they click a button, they're more likely to finish the sequence versus if they end it on the page, right?
Yeah, because it looks overwhelming because people, they do this on emotion on the fly. Like maybe like they're on their cell phone, like, you know what? I just heard this thing on the news or heard about this. I'm going to make a donation. I'll do it in 2 minutes. They land on this page and this could scare someone away. They're like, wow, this is a lot of information. You know what? I'll go back to it later tonight when I get home. The
And if
reality
they do or
is
not, it's
they're not, they're
questionable.
going to forget and it's not top of mind anymore. So you want to make it very easy for people to have a really good, seamless experience. To Quinn's point, to just do it one screen at a time. That's the best way, because if you have to, of course, I think everything here has a purpose. You need billing
Mhm.
information, you need credit card information, but doing it in digestible chunks is going to convert way better. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. There's a lot. I think obviously the organization has done an unbelievable job and they're making a huge impact. We hope that this will help you guys make even a stronger impact. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. All right. All right. Thanks a lot, Quinn. This was great.
Ciao.
If you have any questions and topics you'd like us to cover, please email me at podcast@inthinkagency.com or message me on LinkedIn.